Majo John Madden Juanito at the edge of the Acoma Pueblo. I'm starting this video with the fact that those children walking up, what's that, 100 yards, with the wind blowing pretty briskly, their voices come out so loud and clear. I could hear them like they were next to me. Why is that? Well, I think we're meant to learn from the children. That's part of it. Part of it is I don't understand how the wind behaves here. A year and a half of being along the ocean at the Gulf of Mexico and Louisiana and Texas, the breeze always came off the water. Here in the tropics, it's circular. When I was walking this way along this fence line, it was behind me. Now that I'm sitting here, it's coming from over there. One of the challenges of being a cigarette smoker here is the wind. It just can come from all directions at once. Hard to light a cigarette. I know it's a terrible problem. I'm battered this morning. I am rocked. I'm rocking, and I'm rocked by how big life is, how much there is that we'll never understand, and it's not even the right goal to understand it, but to learn from it. Very highly educated, first generation in my Irish Catholic Chicago family to working class family to go to college. I went on and got a PhD in clinical psychology at a program that was ranked 1 or 2 in the country. Came within a hair's breadth of becoming a psychiatrist. My goal through all 4 years of college, the last 3 years of college, was to be a psychiatrist. Because when I left the Catholic seminary after my first year of college, my advisor said, "You loved your psychology class," which I had taken from him. Become a psychiatrist because we need good Catholic psychiatrists. Those psychiatrists believe that religion is the opium of the people. And I do now believe that religion is a terrible force in the world. Spirituality is different from religion. Religion is a bunch of rules, and mostly the religious leaders know nothing about spirit or life. And if they're Catholic and celibate, they sure know nothing about life because they've never had romantic partners that never raised kids. So the Catholic Church guarantees that their clergy will be ignorant of how to be a human being by forcing them to be celibate, which is, I think, I'm not aware of any other sect that requires that. So I've struggled to learn my whole life, every kind of personal growth around, studied philosophy of all kinds, and then finally had a big spiritual experience after 30 years of being misdiagnosed as bipolar and suffering terribly for 30 years. I woke up 5 years ago. So what does that mean that I woke up? I wandered around. All the pain of 30 years dropped away completely. I became terminally happy. I'm happy every day. Absolutely without judgment of myself. I never judge myself, never criticize myself. Invulnerable to criticism from others. No, you can't motivate me by trying to shame me or disliking me. I don't care at all, not at all. Fearless in ways that frighten me. Why did you do that? How could you possibly have done that? That was so dangerous. And ongoing, continually shocked at how little I understand. And I've been saying for a long time that wisdom in older years means to realize how much you don't know. Well, I get that in spades these days. Every time I think I've got it figured out, a city, a culture, a dynamic, I'm missing a big part of it. Always. To be humble. I'm humble today. I'm like hanging on by my fingernails because one thing after another reminds me you still need to learn from the children, you still need to learn from the birds and the dogs, you still need to learn from the ocean. I've taken peace and relief of stress and trauma from swimming in large bodies of water my whole life. But Lake Michigan in Chicago or Lake Newaqua in northern Wisconsin is not the ocean, is not the Caribbean, one of the most beautiful seas in the world. I had one snorkeling lesson a couple months ago. Haven't been able to afford another one yet. That 1 hour of looking under the